I guess the beginning of the story with this song started before the chorus ever had come out, but I'd never sung something like that before. And I sang the chorus of the song, Feels Like Home, You Feel Like Home, on a Sunday night. And it was after we were singing this song, Met by Love, which in the part where it says, we can run straight into your arms unafraid, because every time we need you, we're met by love. While we were singing it, I was just like imagining the picture of like running into the Lord's arms and what that feels like, what it is, what's happening in those moments. To me, imagining that, and even imagining like the story of the prodigal son where he's running home, like the father was the one that met him. All of a sudden, as I'm imagining this and running into the father's arms, I'm just picturing like a home, a house. Like all those thoughts are running into my head of like the father's preparing, like Jesus goes to prepare a house or prepare a room for us in the father's house. And we're welcomed to him in the father's house. And then I started to feel that when I was singing it, like, oh, that's what it feels like. It feels like home. And in that moment, I just started singing that chorus. It feels like home. It feels like home. That feeling and those words, that language, I think started to come up in me like many years prior, because I started in missions in 2019 and moving around so much and like changing from living situation to living situation around different people all the time. I started to have that like angst in my heart of like, oh, but I miss home. I miss home. And it was like a cry of my heart to be like, Lord, where's home? Like where do I find like my rooting, my grounding? And he started to teach me early on in being a missionary that with him is home. Like in his presence is like where my feet are grounded. In his presence is where I want to be the rest of my days, because that truly is the only place where I've felt fully myself. It was the only place that I've felt fully known, or I didn't have to explain myself in elaborate words. And in every time that I actually find myself at his feet, without distractions, without doubts, without worries, like, and I know I'm just with him, that's that feeling. It's like, oh, this is home. He started to teach me that home is where he is. After that chorus and the Sunday nights happened, I just knew that was language to a lot of what I'd been learning from the Lord for many years, as well as language that a lot of people need in the body of like, we need to find home in him. We need to find this as like everything. Felt that when I first sang it, that I want to finish this song and truly find language for what that means, because yeah, the Lord's taught me it over the years, but do I even have language for it? I don't know. Maybe right now it's just a sense or a feeling. Like I know that that's what I sense when I'm there with him. But I felt the Lord tell me that it wouldn't be just a quick song that came about, but it would be like he wanted to teach me. He wanted to teach me what it meant. He wanted to show me language for that reality. That next summer, we went on tour, and I started to feel that sense again of like, oh my goodness, so we're moving week to week, new host home to new host home. Like, I start to ask the question again, and he always brings me to rest when I ask it, because I know the answer by now. It's just me learning it, you know? To me, it's always, I'm just gonna sit, I'm gonna wait on him, I'm gonna be at his feet, like Mary. Like I picture Mary, like, oh, she's just at rest in him, she's just with him. And so I started writing like, find me here at your feet, Lord, pouring out all my oil, thinking of Mary and the imagery. Even in every season where things might be changing, or even in every circumstance that I'm in, if praise is on my lips, one, that breaks the heavy yoke upon my life. Two, that makes me come to rest because I know he's near. Like, just even if something goes horribly, even if life is like just a wrestle at the time and maybe even in shambles, like praise upon my lips breaks the heaviness and it brings me to nearness with the Father. And that's to me what has brought me to be at home with him every time I am like restless. And so I started finding language like this and put those words in the verses. And honestly, at that time, that one moment in the prayer room, the Lord gave me all the language for the verses. Honestly, when it was finished, was on that tour, when I was moving around and when I was feeling that a lot. It was so cool because I finished the song and I was just so excited. I knew in my spirit, I'm like, this is it. I went and I got my friend Christy and I told her, Christy, I think I finished the song. I would love to show you. And she's like, I would love to hear it. And she's a painter, an amazing painter. And she started painting what she was feeling and seeing. And doing with the song. She painted this beautiful house with like blue. It was like a blue house. I have a blue house. She painted a blue house. Now I live in a blue house, and there's warm coloring on the insides of the windows, and then there's smoke coming up out of the chimney, and a dove flying in or out, one of the two. There's kind of this double reality that he's been teaching me within the song too. Like, we find our home in him and our resting place in him, but he finds his home in us and his resting place in us. And he started speaking to me about that even more, and he began to make ways and provide miraculously to get a home, like get a house, which is not anything I would imagine doing in these years of my life, but to build a place of rest, of healing, and a place where people can come in and receive like the love of the Father. So moving into this house and getting prepared to get it, like I was just in tears all the time, like, man, you've been teaching me how to find home in you, but now I get to have a place where I can stay. Yeah, I'm still a missionary. I travel all the time, and that's a reality, and I'm so happy about that. But it was like a gift back of like, here's a place you can root yourself for a moment where my presence will always be. He desires to be with us. He desires to meet with us, and that's his desire. Like the cross speaks of that so loudly, that is his longing and his desire. And so there's no need to overcomplicate just being close to him. Let the worries and the, oh, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, let it fade, and just wait on him and watch him come close.